first from KARK4, your weather authority.
We are at our sixth and final location for our Weather Radio Awareness Road Tour. We've been all over Arkansas over the past 6 weeks. Tonight until 7 p.m., we are going to be at the Walgreens on East Main in Russellville. That's at the corner of Knoxville and East Main Street. There is no waiting. We've had people coming in all afternoon. We've had programmers here since 3 o'clock. So if you don't have a weather radio, you know what? You can come by and get one. No waiting to get it programmed. Your forecast first for Little Rock. We are looking for partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. Temperatures by morning down into the mid-60s. KARK4 News at 5 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters. This is KARK4 News at 5.
They will do anything to try to damage the facility.
The Pulaski County Jail trying to flush out a problem. The problem, inmates turning to the toilet for amusement. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. Everyone, I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Ashley Ketz. The Pulaski County Jail recently got the go-ahead to buy this massive grinder. It destroys what inmates are stuffing down their jail cell toilets. KARK4's Shannon Miller joining us live now from Fush Creek in Little Rock to explain how this could help improve one of Arkansas's largest watersheds. Shannon?
Ashley, Pulaski County Jail officials say inmates will put just about anything they can down their toilets to damage their jail cells. But really, a lot of those items making their way through the plumbing, making their way through the sewage system, and here to Fush Creek.
They will do anything to try to damage the facility.
Inmates doing time at the Pulaski County Jail are doing more than just sitting on their toilets.
You're obviously not in jail for good behavior reasons.
Captain Carl Menden says some men and women behind bars act out even while in custody.
Contraband, sheets, cups, anything that an inmate could fit into our toilet.
Shoving whatever they can down their commodes in hopes of causing a backup.
Anything they could put through there, it's going to destroy it before it could clog up the pipes.
Jail officials say their sewage system runs right into Fush Creek here, sometimes leaving bed sheets and cups strewn out across the riverbed. Got a new piece of equipment.
And essentially, it's a grinder.
Known as the Taskmaster Grinder, could help prevent sewage overflow into the Fush.
Anything that's capable of being flushed through our toilet system in the jail is going to get just shredded.
It drains 73% of the Little Rock area.
Arkansas Canoe Club member Heather Huckabee says the $115,000 piece of machinery is a step in the right direction to improve the Fush watershed.
The sewage overflow problems have been around for a long time.
But Huckabee says she'd also like to see some other less costly fixes.
If we can stop the sewage overflows and get the litter problem under control, could be an incredible asset to the city of Little Rock.
For now, each flush at the Pulaski County Jail will soon be less of a threat to the creek criminals have caused harm to. And Bob and Ashley, it could be a while until we start to see some real changes here at Fush Creek. That grinder has to go through a bid process. Eventually, then, it will be installed at the Pulaski County Jail, which, as we explained, will start the grinding process there with some of those items the inmates are putting down the toilets. We're live in Little Rock. Shannon Miller, KARK4 News.
Shannon, thanks very much. We are your local election headquarters. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee hitting the campaign trail one day after announcing that he is hoping to be the next president of the United States. He made the announcement in his home state of Arkansas, naturally. Then he left for the Hawkeye State after a quick stop at the Fox News studio, that, of course, in New York City. Huckabee will be having a campaign rally this evening in Urbandale, Iowa, and that is where we find KARK4's Josh Berry. He has been on the road following the campaign. Josh, he's covered a lot of ground in the last 24 hours.
He has, Bob. Of course, he did that interview early this morning in New York City before flying into Iowa later this morning. He has already shaken quite a few hands on this first stop of his campaign tour. Right now, we're just outside the capital city of Des Moines at the Living History Farms. It's hosting the first of Huckabee's Factories, Farms, and Freedoms rally tonight. Earlier this afternoon, we did join him at a factory in Oskaloosa that makes fire hydrants and water valves. He met with employees and shared his own personal connection to the industry, having a father that was a firefighter, and hope. He's focusing on the blue-collar crowd and plans on spending quite a bit of time in Iowa. That plan did work out well early in his last run for president, but he said success in this state is not guaranteed despite previously winning in Iowa.
Disadvantages is that, I have to go out and prove myself all over again. I can't make the assumption that, oh yeah, I've won Iowa, so I'm going to do it again. I make no presumption about it. I expect to work harder this time than I did in 2008 to win it.
Al did give him something to take home, a miniature fire hydrant. He said if he can't find a place for it, he knows his dogs would love it in his backyards. Now, of course, he hopes to appeal to some of those same voters that pushed him over the top here at the Iowa caucuses last go around, but he plans on changing some things up, specifically how he's raising funds. We do know that he's planning a fundraiser swing that will end with 5 cities in Arkansas toward the beginning of June. We are live in Iowa. Josh Berry for KARK 4 News.
All right, Josh, thank you very much. And we'll continue to follow Governor Huckabee as he campaigns in Iowa. Follow us on the air, on the web, and on our mobile app for the latest on the 2016 presidential race. An animal rights group making a stop in Little Rock, hoping to grab the attention of Walmart. Mercy for Animals says its uncovered investigation proves that there is criminal animal abuses at Seaboard Foods Farm in Colorado, a major pork supplier to Walmart and other grocery stores across the country. Now the California-based activist group is asking for Walmart to step up. Take a look at this video and no longer use this company.
If Walmart executives treated even one cat or dog the way that its pork suppliers treat thousands of pigs every day, they would be jailed for animal cruelty.
The group says the Colorado State Police are actively investigating the situation, but no official charges have been filed as of yet. We reached out to Walmart receiving this statement, quote, "We do not tolerate the mistreatment of animals and appreciate Seaboard Farms moving quickly to investigate and address this incident. Our policy requires suppliers and producers to source only from farms certified as adhering to pork industry standards for the treatment of animals."
Now to a developing story out of Crittenden County. A home invasion involving an off-duty police officer ends with 2 people in the hospital. It happened this morning in Marion.
That's right. Brad Broders spoke with neighbors out there. Brad, how do they describe the man who defended his home and just exactly what unfolded out there?
Yeah, neighbors say this dad, husband, and Memphis police officer loved his community and then came home and loved his family. Now this neighborhood family deals with the aftermath of a break-in in broad daylight that's shaken their sense of security.
No, you don't build a home to see someone terrorize and invade and take something from you.
Solomon Boston's frustration showed after his neighbor, an off-duty Memphis police officer, dealt with an attempted burglary Wednesday morning at his home in the 900 block of Lackey Road in Marion.
No, it's just tragic, and you know, we just wish these kids would wake up.
Boston said his neighbor finished his overnight shift at MPD, and when he tried going to sleep after his wife and 3 kids left for the day, he encountered 2 intruders who broke in a back window. Boston said his neighbor fired his gun at the burglars before both were caught.
And this suspect was shot once. He was shot twice.
Boston recognized one of the suspects who he'd seen walking down his block in recent days.
I think he was casing in the neighborhood trying to see who he could hit, and he had an accomplice.
Neighbors said cut-through traffic in a nearby apartment complex brought potential problems for months, an issue which came to a head Wednesday.
We knew one day this would happen if measures weren't taken to prevent this thing from going on.
As for his neighbor, Boston said he and his family are shaken in the aftermath of the home break-in.
He feels very bad because he didn't want it to have to come to that, you know. But, you know, you break in a man's house, you know, you better be ready to deal with some repercussions out of it.
And to date, Marion police say no charges have been filed. This case remains under investigation. Reporting live in Marion, Brad Broders, KARK 4 News.
All right, Brad, thank you very much.
And still to come here at 5, we head to Northwest Arkansas where the Bentonville Film Festival is now in full swing.
That's right. We're going to show you all the glitz and glamour that's unfolding there and what big names made it out for the first night of the festival.